music ele put a reggae me play live
oppress this
oppressors apart of that to play where oppressors and give us oppressors
Undine me apete me for one in Lanson. That's from the northern region. Yeah, so you don't know it.
Unchemele could me send the
So, Undine, how are you? You're welcome to Wake Up Africa. This is the session that we call the independence session, right?
Well, it is. We are indeed. Welcome to the show. Well, here we are today, and we are celebrating Ghana's birth.
We are independent. It's
Independence! Welcome to the show indeed. Well, we have a show on our hands. As promised, we will give you every great event today, every great discussion coming through. We have some guys who will be passing through the studios. We'll be talking largely about patriotism, nationalism, and how we lost that, how it returns, and all of that, and more on the show today.
Yeah, so get ready to celebrate with us. We're 68 years today. Question is, are we 68 for real? You know the thing that they ask, when you're younger, you have all the the exuberance, you have all the energy. Is Ghana growing like the human body, where the older you get, the weaker you become?
Right.
Or we're supposed to grow as a country,
absolutely,
where the bigger we get, the stronger we become. So that's our question, and it's for everyone to answer. What has been your contribution to our 68 years of independence? Is it only political independence, or we're looking at other kinds of independence? Now, happy birthday to all of us. Today, I think the birthday starts with us, right? Yeah, so happy birthday to every Ghanaian. And then we're going to get into the weather. Today, all the events are going to be just happening at one place, right?
Yes.
Because we're trying to cut costs. So we'll try to know what the weather is going to be like, so you know what to wear, what to carry along, and all of that. And then also there's going to be Chayil. I don't know if it's Kayil or Chayil. But Kayel, there's a very beautiful young girl. We want to know what it means, what independence means, even for the young ones.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and
absolutely,
how they can contribute to our future. So basically, that's
absolutely righty. Well, we'll take a quick breather when we come back with our updates.
Yep.
Stay with us.
Okay, so I think that we in Ghana here, we have the best national anthem. The composition, the lyrics, so when you're playing it on the keyboard, Koku, the way the bars are all divided, it's really beautiful. And you can tell that a lot of thought went into it. God bless our home. And you see the da 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 da. Oh my God. Da 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 da.
But of course, South Africa also has some beautiful. South
Not
Africa.
bad, but I'd always pick Ghana over
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I know of Germany, one of
yeah.
the countries outside as well.
Yeah.
I think it's Germany. Germany sounds like a hymn or something.
Oh,
yes.
then I don't know that.
I mean, so that's where we felt like the connection was there because they wrote most of my tribe things, the language and the hymn thing. So I'm able to relate.
Is that thing really true? Hey, Johnny, they say we are from Egypt.
No, they wrote no.
Nigeria.
No, we had connections because of the coast, and they came through, and so we had connections with them, not the forefathers. Connections, more like you see how some guns
Connect
like
very well with Igbos.
some like my sister, the family has Brazilian roots. Yeah, of course.
That's really nice.
So you can route it into
Talking
Brazilian.
about route, you know, my grandpa is like half German.
So at all.
Anyway, let's get into the weather, shall we? We want to know what's going to be happening today because all roads leads to no Independence Square is where Jubilee House.
The Jubilee House.
Yes, the Jubilee House.
Or the Flagstaff House.
Oh, the Flagstaff
I don't know whether
House.
they've changed it.
Which one are they using now?
Is it official?
Mama House.
The presidency.
I don't know. Jubilee House. Hey, Charlie, we've had things in our lives too. Anyway, Weather Prophet, take us away. Good morning, Weather Prophet. Okay, so probably we'll reconnect, right? But how about we get into birthdays? I can't imagine your mother on 6th March. I don't know. Like, how would it feel like to
Yeah, 6th March when people are
on
marching.
Yeah, you are pushing the baby to that one to come. The person's head is like, oh Lord Jesus. Anyway, let's get into some birthdays, shall we? Let's celebrate birthdays. Oh, your mother is Martin.
It's your day, one day out of 365. It's your day, one day out of 365. Happy birthday, ooh, to you. Happy birthday, yeah, to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, yeah. It's your birthday. It's your day, one day out of 365. It's your day, one day out of 365. Happy birthday, ooh, to you. Happy birthday, yeah, to you. Happy birthday to you, to you. You got a happy birthday.
So happy birthday to all these beautiful people. Happy birthday. And most importantly, happy birthday to all Ghanaians. We're 68 today, and it's not even a joke, okay? So yeah, happy birthday to us.
Yes.
Hello.
No, Jigbeza Boko. Can I?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. And how do they say it in Chi? Wrong question.
Wrong person.
Wrong person. How do they say it in any other language that you know? Hannah, you don't know any other language. Do you have any special birthday?
Of course we do. That's what I was waiting for, actually.
More difficult questions.
No. So we are also sending our love to Wilhelmina Adole Niboy, and it's from your children, Carl, Doris, Dorcas, and your grandson, Zuriel.
Oh.
Right?
Nene.
To you. Oh, such a beautiful mother.
Yes.
Oh. Wow.
Shit.
So happy birthday to you. From all of us here at Dominion TV, we are joining our brother Carl the General,
Yes.
the sportsman himself, wishing you, his mother, a happy birthday.
Wow.
Your name is Wilhelmina Adole Niboy, and it's from your children, Carl, Doris, Dorcas, and your grandson, Zuriel Nene.
Wow.
Happy birthday.
She's so
to
pretty.
You. Indeed. Enjoy your day, mommy. Righty. Is there another that we need to celebrate?
No, not that I know of.
Okay.
So happy birthday to all of us. But
So-
the weatherman is on.
Yes, the weatherman is also celebrating his brother today, Mr. Solomon Ba. Today is your brother's birthday. Happy birthday to your brother.
On your behalf.
Indeed, on behalf of Mr. Solomon Ba, your brother is celebrating his birthday. And so happy birthday to him.
Is he back online?
Yeah, hello.
Okay. Good morning, the Kim Bride's brother.
Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah. Hello.
Please, can you change your location? Climb a tree. Climb a tree, something. Weather prophet? Okay, so let's get into some news, right?
Yes,
let's get into some news. Now, the first news is that Ghana is celebrating independence today. I'm excited about that. But let's get into Wake Up Buzz, okay?
Well, to the very first news, armed men allegedly invade Peter Meo's residence in Hohoe. That was the news. We saw a disturbing video yesterday
But Coco,
of a man
is that how
cocking
to
the pistol.
Yeah, is that how to pick somebody from their home?
To do what
If he
exactly?
was there, I'm sure he would have lost his life.
Why?
I mean, the way they did it, the way they came up. Did you see the bullets
Pellets?
on the floor?
What it means is that they shot.
Right? And so I don't know what they were looking for. And if they claim that they said it's order from above.
Which above?
My point exactly. Which above would actually, not call for questioning or just, let people just invade your home and pick you up like that. And on the accusation or the idea that his election in 2020 was not proper, was not done right. I don't know what the court systems are for if you can't contest these things in court. And you wait until after their tenure and then you come up. It gives a certain light. But we really need to look into it, probe into it. Which above is it coming from?
Clearly, these were things that were done before, and people are repeating them because we said it was not good. Why repeat them?
Yeah.
I don't like that you walk into my house and Rambo style and say order from above, pick me to an unknown location. My children do not know, family do not know. I think, we'll discuss all of these and more soon, but it's disturbing.
Yes, it is. I mean, because if there was resistance from the community, it wouldn't have ended well.
Yeah.
Anyway. Contracts of all regional and zonal school feeding coordinators terminated. So, yeah.
Here's the question.
Okay.
So I saw, it's not leaked, somebody screenshotted a message from a pro-opposition group, and they were lamenting the sacking of these. And the idea was that they were also praying that the cooks will not be sacked as well. If this is because the amounts we spend on each child and how the cooks and caterers have bemoaned that particular amount and, of course, spoken largely against it, why do people want to hold on to it? If it is difficult to handle with the monies you are giving, it cannot even provide food for your family, and you've spoken largely against it, why do people really want to hang on to it and say, why are you sacking us and all of that? Because one, I would have left my pants and walked off.
That's you. For you, you might not feel like, you might feel like, okay, I don't really have anything to lose because I'm spending so much. For some people, the fact that they're offering service, no matter how it turns out for them. You remember when we had the temperament conversation? There are certain people, the moment you snatch that from them,
I see.
You know, yeah, so let's look at it from that angle. Unless, of course, somebody's not telling us the truth, because I remember the way they pick it and all of that, the buffer stock and...
I mean, look at it,
crazy.
just some pesos, not even 1 cedi per child. Anyways, we'll do more stories, shall we?
Yeah.
5 injured as rainstorm collapses over 60 houses at Amachi Bare, right? In
I don't know.
Ashanti region. Sad, very sad.
Yeah.
Very sad one. I think one also happened somewhere else. Pando. Is it Pando? Yeah.
Volta?
Yes, in the Volta. Yeah. Very sad.
Isn't that we're built, because you see the rains are coming and it's become a cycle. So when the rains come, there are wild difficulties, and then after that, Nadmo goes to bed. Then the rain starts again.
Our buildings are defective.
Yeah.
We
build
clear the
waterways.
trees who serve as windbreaks.
Thank
It is
you.
taught in basic school. But we have grown above it.
Yeah.
I
We're
go to
68,
Harvard
please.
and I'm like, oh, I cleared also I built.
We're 68.
Okay.
Yeah, we've grown above.
Anyways.
And contracts for third edition of the Bank of Ghana headquarters was awarded at 11.1 million, not Ghana cedis, not pesos, dollars. Hey,
Wow.
Abba building kuting.
But the man is short Apple. We didn't pay 11.8.1 million. No.
He paid more.
Of course we did.
That-
We'll serve the details.
thing is, the cost of the Bank of Ghana building, the new one,
Yes.
actually costs more, is higher than the Saglame project.
Yes.
You know? So how?
Yeah.
Which one is the yeah?
A lot of things don't make sense in this country.
And we're 68.
Yes.
Wow, welcome to
You
Ghana.
ask and you're giving skewed excuses. Skewed.
Furniture.
Yeah.
Koku.
Yeah.
Furniture.
Yes. CCTV camera, I think 50 million Ghana cedis or something. It sees your destiny. When it sees you, it sees your destiny as well. Let's go.
Let's cleanse our sins. That's what we want.
Well, just as is a tradition before, after BEC is written, some people are awarded. Some of us didn't get the chance to go. It's called the Presidential Award or something. So 52 students honored at the 2024 President's Independence Day Awards. I don't know whether it's done before every independence, but I know it's done after every. So if you have, during my time, 10 ones or 9 ones or something,
Yeah.
you go and write exams with your fellow 10 oneers, and then you can
We'll see which one is the real 10 one.
10 oneer. Then you appear at the awards, and so that happened as well. So 52 students honored at that particular event.
Guinea-Bissau's president, Mbalo, to seek second.
I'm sure second term.
Yes, second term, actually.
I'm sure second term. Well, he's had some very bad, he's out of ECOWAS. Indeed, he was the one who sacked them from Guinea-Bissau. The guy bought is indeed in the picture. Mbalo. Kuse, why? Trial of 40 opposition figures in Tunisia sparks tensions and divisions.
Visions.
Right.
Well, what do you expect?
Right. Opposition.
Right. Lesotho shocked by Trump's remarks that nobody has heard of. Oh, Trump. My dear Trump. Nobody has heard of the country. Like it's insignificant to them. Seriously, I think I saw a video of that when the president was so excited. America has to leave them alone. And then after Trump.
Nobody has heard of Lesotho. Nobody.
Oh my God.
As for Trump, he's remaking America.
I'm telling you. Says he's healing
Army
the
surrounds South Sudan vice president, whom as his allies are arrested. Here we go.
Opposition, right?
Here we go. Africa is in some. Africa is in some.
We like it.
Yes, it is.
Opposition arrests spark fears over South Sudan peace deal. Well, I think that's just about it for Wake Up
Yes,
Buzz.
that's it. We'll share the details with you, especially of news-making headlines around the local scene. We'll also see what's happening at the Independence Square. If we have footages, we'll share with you. But until then, we would have to serve you with great conversations.
Yeah, so how about we try weather again? Good morning, Mr. Solomon.
Precious one.
What a relief. Good to hear from you. What should we expect today? It's Independence Day.
Yeah, I must confess that today I'm feeling clearer. You're looking much more like Daniel. Yeah, got it.
Oh, okay. So the weather is that it's raining Independence.
We'll go for a break. When we come back, there's a lot of conversation to have. My guests will join me even as we do the newspaper review. Stay with us. Welcome back. Thank you very much for joining us. And that's one of the patriotic songs. I think we have that. Do we have that in Chi as well? No, we don't. Okay, that's Ifremamo, I guess. And it's just a song praying to God to bless our homeland Ghana, and that's what it is. And also let God lead us on a good path, sort of. Right. So my guests have joined us. We're going to be getting into some great conversations, some of them very bad, some of them ugly, some of them good. But remember that Ghana celebrates 68 years of existence, especially since we gained freedom from our colonial masters. Again, some of us have also largely said that they are still with us in different forms. Now people are with us who are colonizing us because their minds have not been freed. They're still, and so you have people who have gone to the best of schools, who have the best of opportunities. Some of them who have not worked before have been just politicians, yet they are still colonizing themselves, thinking they are colonizing us. One of these days, I pray for freedom for all of us. My guests are seated. Dr. Piakubi is a development expert. He is a pastor. He's the dean of Dominion Theological Seminary. Something great is happening there as well. We'll get to share with you in weeks to come. Then, of course, is a man who solves crime with science, using science, the forensic scientist who works with the Ghana Armed Forces, of course, also who is with us as Action Chapel International, Next Gen. He's a pastor as well. He also has a podcast. He's a man of many colors. Gentlemen, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
We have voted. It's a unilateral decision I'm taking by the power vested in me as the host of Wake Up Africa, and of course with my hostess, Biadola. We have
I know where you're going.
we have conferred on you the title Ghana Man.
Thank you.
Mr. Ghana Man.
Yeah, I'm really Ghana Man.
Yeah. Because you represented us.
Yes.
This is for those of you who are watching
outside
Ghana, most especially our African brothers and sisters. This is our native cloth. There are two places that are struggling with it. Mm-hmm. So while the Ashantis call it Ashanti. Yeah, of course. They say they own it.
No.
Kete. Kente. Well, we, as I said, we all struggle with it. The K and T and all of that. That's why I said Kente. And so this is our native cloth. Indeed, this is who we are. This is what we expected to be adorning when we go to our occasions,
big functions,
state functions. This is what the man who we so very much adored used to wear. Used to see Nkrumah all the time wear it to give speeches. Well, our footballers said when they came back after wearing that beautiful, there was this time, I know Olympics, or one of these times when they wore it.
It was really nice.
But they spoke largely, exactly.
World Cup.
It was World Cup.
Yeah.
They were speaking against it. It was so uncomfortable. The players, our football players. Exactly.
It's actually, like for me now, it's very uncomfortable because we have not been using, that's very unfortunate.
Yes.
You have not been really practicing our culture.
Yes.
Yeah, but if you really know how to do it, even though Osofo Ben didn't bring anything.
I'm representing the Colonial Masters.
Anything meaningful.
Yes.
He helped me. So viewers, he helped me. You see how wicked he is.
Yes. We don't have so much knowledge on this. I pray that when our guests join us, we'll have a conversation on this particular one. But here we are. So Mr. Ghana Man is in our studios as well. Dr. Piakubi is representing us. Let's get into the very first conversations. But I hope all is well with you.
All is well.
68 years.
Yes. We have passed pension. Ghana has passed pension.
Yes.
So
in 2 years' time, we'll be 70 years.
70.
I tell you. About to die.
Rather about to, if you like, age like a fine wine and all of that. Let's get on to the very first story, shall we? It has to do with the governor of the Bank of Ghana appearing in Parliament to answer questions. Some of these line of questioning I find very interesting because just as somebody would say at the vetting, it looks to me as though we want to whitewash something. There's something we just want to whitewash. So the line of questioning is inquisition rather than questioning just to know. So that's why he'll call it inquisition rather than even calling it cross-examining, just as we have seen it happen. But the Bank of Ghana has hinted at commissioning the Architectural and Engineering Services Limited, AESL, to conduct a value for money audit on its $261 million new headquarters project. This has become necessary as the central bank faces public scrutiny over the cost of the facility. Appearing before Parliament on Wednesday, March 5th, 2025, Governor Dr. Johnson in CMA said the audit forms part of the measures to ensure transparency and accountability in the execution of the project. This is what he said. The new reconstituted Bank of Ghana board will be sworn in next week, and the board will begin reviewing some of these legacy issues. We have scheduled for a board agenda of a detailed briefing of the new Bank of Ghana building by project management, and we indeed seek authorization from the board to engage AESL for a value for money audit into the new building. We believe that this will bring clarity to the matter and closure to the issues of our new Bank of Ghana building. So here we are. Let me start off with you, Doc.
Yeah, good morning. Happy Independence Day. For those of you who are watching us from outside the country, today is a very important day for us.
Yes.
Yeah, unfortunately, we didn't hear that good news for the first one. Well, one of my biggest problems in this country among our politicians is the issue about value for money.
Yeah.
Value for money.
You see, I mean, just right away, what came to mind when they were doing that was actually the biggest and the most expensive foundation in the world. The cathedral.
Yes.
Yeah.
You see, we keep on wasting money over and over again with something very small. Then it's just, I almost spoke a Philippine language.
Oh, you can? Okay.
It becomes very big. I just don't get it. And so I'm really praying that now Ato Forsen and his team, and especially with Esiama, right?
Yes, Doctor.
Yeah, because as I said, he has been there. And I was hinted that one of the main reasons actually him getting that appointment is one way or the other his displeasure about what was going on.
Yes.
And he kept on bringing it up behind the scene.
Yes.
So we are really hoping and praying, say, while they are there, they are not just going to be talking about the problems, but actually find a solution. And not just finding a solution, but permanent solution, so that whoever comes is forced to, because now Ghana is watching. Gone are the days where we don't know what is happening. Now TikTok and all social media.
Yeah.
And of course, we've been seeing what is happening. So I'm just praying, Koku, that they will not just only talk about the problem, they will solve the problem, and not just solve the problem, but solve it in a way that their predecessors, is it predecessors? No, their successors, I'm sorry, would actually come and say, if we don't do it the way they did it, we will be in trouble.
Yes, yes, that's when we don't have people who have seared conscience, because there are people who will say, you know what, forget about them. We still toe the old line. We pray for that.
Okay, I think this goes, well, Happy Independence Day to everybody. And I think this goes all the way back to the way we treat our local producers and our taste for foreign goods.
Indeed.
Let me just give you a few figures on the new Bank of Ghana headquarters.
Please do.
These were the costs that they projected.
Right.
You know, they said the entire thing was going to cost in excess of $230 million, the new HQ. And they said the facilities included integrated communication and computing system. That was going to cost $8.6 million. Communications. Then electronic security systems, $15.8 million. And this is the mind-busting one. Furniture and furnishings, $11 million. Okay, so now my question is, where are we sourcing these things from? Why are they priced in dollars? Why are we still pricing Bank of Ghana headquarters stuff in dollars? Are there no competent or even a group of furniture experts in this country who can furnish the entire thing for less?
Which we have.
We do have them, because if you convert, these figures sound big, but they are even bigger if you convert them to Ghana cedi.
Yeah.
Because $11 million, if you convert it to Ghana cedi, it's it runs into the hundreds. And so why are we still doing these kinds of things? After 68 years of independence, I think by this time we should be shifting more towards a locally sourced kind of, when we are procuring stuff, we should look at local suppliers first before we go to external suppliers. We just have this very weird taste for foreign goods, and it always drives our cost up. Even when we are trying to build roads and, we prefer foreign contractors to local contractors. Granted, sometimes the legacy with the local contractors are not so good because the quality of the material that they use and so on. But there are also some really good ones out there. So as we move towards our 70th birthday in 2 years' time, I think one of the things that we should really look at as a people is concentrate on developing our homegrown talent. We should celebrate our own. And some of these costs will come down significantly, if we patronize local goods, we patronize locally manufactured stuff, we patronize local artisans and so on and so forth. So I think that's all I'm going to say about it. As for the audits, they are very necessary.
Is it not ironical that the Bank of Ghana that insists that quotations should not be done in dollars?
Oh,
and also
see?
who also
You hear the things, I love
that,
it.
In purchasing things from outside, it means there'll be the flight.
Inflation.
We have to, but on that, and this is, as I said, the PhD holders, the elite of the elites, they are the ones who work at the Bank of Ghana.
Yes.
You sat down and perpetrated these things. Furniture for $11 million. How on earth, even if you were doing the whole district, like let's put a whole district, furniture, schools and all of that, I dare say it will not get to $11 million.
Let's do the conversion quickly.
Yeah.
$11 million, $11 million.
Almost 170.
How?
168 million.
Yeah, that's what I said.
368,640.
So about 170.
For furniture.
For furniture.
And how big is the place?
Even if it is, let's say, 15 floors, and each floor is taking $1 million
Yeah.
for furniture. It's
I mean, but can you imagine each floor taking
$1 million. I mean,
Africa? We have money.
we
we
do.
have money to spend.
And that's also the reason why the foreigners, governments don't respect us.
No, they don't.
Because how could we
We're wasteful.
Yeah, how could we rent a plane to go to a country just to go and borrow money? While the one who gives us the money actually would prefer to use
Public commercial flights. Oh, God.
See, the pump and pageantry is killing us as a continent.
Man.
Seriously.
Are we really independent then?
So yeah. So Donald Trump will sit there and say he doesn't know Lesotho.
Who knows Lesotho? Who knows Lesotho?
But that one, yeah, I'll plead for my uncle. The viewers got him wrong.
Lesotho,
He
we
was
love
just being
Lesotho.
sarcastic, actually.
No, but he should know. I mean, it's the Potus.
No,
I think he was being sarcastic.
This was the thing, okay? He was talking about, I was telling Donald Trump actually has become exactly the opposite of Joe Biden. Joe Biden's time, every nation who doesn't support LGBT, they want to harass you and take money from you.
Right.
Donald Trump said, everybody who supports LGBT, I harass you and take money from you. And Lesotho is one of them. And so he said, you small country, we are giving you
8 million
you
for
small
LGBT.
country. That's where the context is actually.
So he said, who knows you? Why must we give you $8 million for LGBT? He's taking his money away.
So that's the
why.
context actually.
Why are we paying for LGBTQ? Why are we? So they have money also for armed robbery? So because if it's illegal in some of these countries like Ghana.
But
Yeah.
Lesotho is not illegal.
Lesotho is illegal. They've taken
In
the
fact,
money.
Lesotho even, I think same-sex marriage is even legal.
Yes, it's legal there.
That's why
Exactly.
they're giving them that.
Anyways, inflation rate eased.
Oh,
So
yes.
there we are, indeed. You can tell Ghana where we are headed. I pray that I want to trust and believe that this new governor will do the right thing, independent-minded, and will also not have the external, control from the government. It will be that bad. It will be bad. But I trust Dr. Johnson Isiama will do the best of the best. Inflation rate eased marginally in February to 23.1%, down from 23.5% recorded in January 2025. This marks the second consecutive decline this year It was driven by decline in food prices, according to the Ghana Statistical Service. The drop was as a result of a reduction in food inflation, which stood at 28.1%, while non-food inflation remained at 18.8%.
You see, my favorite part of this entire report is that my favorite region, Koku, my favorite region records the lowest inflation of the period, 18.1.
Okay.
Which region do you think that is?
I think Atami or something.
Oh, my favorite. Koku knows. I don't know why he's sitting there refusing to speak. What region is that, Koku?
And a rolling time.
No, the inflation that has come down. Sahara. The Volta region recorded the lowest inflation. And they don't put prices there anyhow.
Okay,
yes.
I get it.
That's not true.
Oh, but
Don't do that.
it is
One
back
of the
at
most expensive places here
Yes.
in Ghana is home.
one of the most expensive.
Yes, it's true.
With,
But you are
with
talking-
food? Oh, come on.
Yes.
Look at the figures. Highest inflation, Upper West, 35.5.
Right.
Lowest, look
The
at
number.
it. Volta
numbers,
region.
Numbers.
They are just numbers,
The numbers also count population and all.
Right,
But I'm saying it on
right.
authority that when you come from that place and you come here, places
To
like
Accra.
Kumasi, when I go to Kumasi like this, I feel like, oh, okay.
Prices are low.
Yeah, they are low.
Well,
Yeah.
Kumasi is not. It's not.
Food items are very expensive in home.
Really.
I'm a homeboy.
For whole, I think
yeah,
so
yeah.
also.
I'm telling you for a fact.
I need to go there.
Yeah, yeah. You
This
need
one,
to.
I won't take your word for it. I have
please
to
do.
go there.
I don't have a
I have
problem.
to go there.
I was thinking of talking to somebody
Right.
to maybe I want to just get some small land in Ho.
It's also getting close to the Accra prices.
Yeah, yeah. That was why I was coming actually. They said I want to get something in case of any rational numbers around. I want to.
Yeah, but it's peaceful. A very peaceful place.
That's the reason why I was saying in
It's
case of any
neat.
rational
Yes.
around there.
And all of that. But once you have, it's not overly expensive. I'm
Yes,
saying that as
comparatively speaking.
Accra is expensive. Accra is expensive. And Eastern region too is quite expensive
Well,
now.
I'm comparing it to a place like this,
Accra.
of course.
Yes, but I think that if you compare the two, Volta region is relatively cheaper. Yeah, it's relatively cheaper. Volta region, don't touch Volta region, please.
All right.
Respectfully.
That's why I mentioned whole specifically.
yeah.
So anyway, when it comes to, I think at Tamil's time we had single-digit inflation.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, that was the
Yeah,
first.
then we are really hoping
A long while.
we can for at least it was 27 if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
The taste, and I dare say this, look at, and I know people have not averted their minds to this, and finally, if you look at government in government out, you realize that some people come and they have foreign tastes,
Right. Right.
taste for foreign goods.
Exactly.
Some also come and they want to think local.
Yes.
Because they believe that, oh, well, all our inheritances are here.
Yes.
Some of them want to create outside. And so you find them wearing the best of suit. You see the kind of cigarettes they smoke, the kind of water they drink. You saw it.
Yes,
It characterized some people.
Exactly.
They see, look, I've always spoken, and I will say this without any apology. GIPC boss, Mr. Yofi Grant,
I'm Sayofi.
when you were walking out of Ghana and the rest, and you are the one who represents us, you are expected to be clad in something.
Something indigenous.
Go and check him out with his bow ties all the time.
He's Grant. What are you expecting?
What
His name is Grant.
So when I come to you, so and the other day, I don't know which place was this. People were wearing jackets to a place where it was odd. One of these few days ago, we were wearing jackets to a particular, the presidency and all of that. And I felt like, oof, even though the president is doing well, he should just continue with the African print.
You know-
it will work on our psyche.
I think I was listening to Professor Abidu Akosa yesterday.
Yes.
You know, and he was talking about the fact that the kind of legacy that Nkrumah left,
Yes.
we should not be where we are. And he was even talking about the fact that when big politicians are sick, they fly out of the country. He says it was an insult to people like him,
Of course.
who are medical practitioners in this country.
That's right.
And he said, what is wrong with you getting admitted at UGMC or Kolebo?
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
the best doctors are there.
Exactly.
And health is expensive anyhow you look at it. And when you go out there, you pay through your nose. And so why don't you get the health? You will not develop the healthcare system here. So you're always going outside.
Mayo Clinic.
Exactly.
Mayo.
Hey, Goku, you like matter or you like problem?
On that note, we move on to another.
Coco, I just real
please
quick
do,
wanted
please
to
do.
say that as in the inflation has gone down, we are really hoping that indeed prices of food, as they are saying, will
To
go down.
reflect.
Because I go to market, I told you, almost all the time. And things
Hey, look.
Hey, I go to market, pal.
You did that.
Seriously. Hey, in the house, I think 90% of the time I go to market.
Okay.
80% of the time I cook. So my tummy is not big for nothing.
So this is when we say husband material, 24,000 yards. Doc is the real husband material. Anyways, to one sad news, unknown men carrying guns in the name of national security allegedly invaded the house of former Member of Parliament John Peter Amewu in Hohoe. The assailants, who identified themselves as bailiffs, claimed they were acting on orders from above, alleged that Mr. Amewu had not been properly elected as an MP during the 2020 elections. At the time of the Wednesday incident, Mr. Amewu was not at home. Authorities have not yet released further details regarding the attack. It's one of the things I don't like to see.
Yeah, you know, we were talking behind the scenes, and actually, Asofo was saying that the MP now said it's not true, that there was nothing like that, and Peter Amewu is trying to mess up the respects and the peace that, or the perceived peace that Hohoe is actually enjoying.
So he believes it's staged?
Yeah, he believes it's staged, but I don't think so. There's no smoke without fire. So I really, maybe Peter Amewu is actually maybe exaggerating the whole thing, but I really believe something happened. And actually, we have to be careful, because as it's happening to him, it will happen to somebody somewhere.
Yes.
So, I mean, again, Ghana is a peaceful country, Koku. We don't have to have some of this brouhaha. So I'm really hoping that they will investigate the thing and really punish those people, who did whatever they did.
Mr. Amewu has declined police protection, and I wonder why. He said he doesn't want police protection, but we don't want to lose him. I think he's one of the best that Hohoe has had in terms of being the development in the area and so on. He did a lot. You know, he didn't win this time around, but he's a statesman. And I don't know whether it's possible to, give him police protection anyway, because if what he's saying is true, and they did, according to reports, they even fired warning shots.
That's why the pellets were seen.
Yes, there were the shell cases at the scene, and so if that is true, then I think he should be given police protection regardless, just for shaggy reasons, so that we don't hear any bad news later. But this is not good at all. We really should stop this. And again, the new government that has come has to really clamp down on some of these rogue activities, because if you leave it, it's going to be tied to your name. They're going to say that, when you guys came, you're terrorizing. Because Peter Amewu, I think, is MPP, right? And so I'm trying to do some of these things. These rogue agents, yesterday or 2 days ago, we're talking about the excavators that were going to be seized, and some NEC party executives stepped in, they were blocking a thing, and so on and so forth. If the government doesn't step its foot down and say, hey, we are not responsible for these things, we do not support these things, and they keep letting it go on, it's going to stir bad blood.
I see.
And we don't need that right now. We really do not need that right now. We have a lot on our plates that we are looking at.
Yeah, we don't really need that right now. Well, let's now go to some news coming from the education front. About 52 students, just as is being a ritual, have been awarded or honored at the President's Independence Day, if you like, Independence Day awards. And so some of them included visually impaired, and also, so, I mean, quite a number. We all have seen it. Some of us were not able to meet the standards when we were young.
Some of us didn't know it even exists.
Oh,
That's how horrible.
How did your
PhD
go?
holder? Oh, good, went well.
That 10 ones.
No. Otherwise, I would have been there. I cannot have 10 ones and go and sit down with people, write and not go. You lie.
Now what's in sway?
Went well. Went well a bit. Because I was a bad boy in
essence, you see.
And so what I did in basic school reflected. Otherwise, I would have failed.
Kai.
It reflected.
Doc, you didn't attend basic school in Ghana?
I did. I went to OKS and Prempeh. You are the old O-level, A-level.
O-level, A-level.
But I didn't know that thing existed. I was called aquaballistic man. You know aquaballistic?
Tell me about it.
Aquabone.
Wow.
Oh, you don't mean it?
Yeah. I'm a dyslexic.
Yeah.
I was talking with lawyer Fuamonin.
Yes.
And sometimes I write for him. And while I was writing, sometimes he would come back to do some renovations or whatever. I was like, that's not how my brain works. I'm a dyslexic. He said, what does it mean? So I explained to him what a dyslexic. He said, oh, now I know why we are friends. So now he started thinking about, when he was young, he wasn't good at all academics, and people used to laugh at him. They never thought. I mean, we talked very intimately that day. And it's like, also Penny, like you have made me understood myself better. I said, yes, I was dyslexic. So reading and spelling, even while sometimes I'm talking with you, I forgot what I'm saying.
Hey.
Yeah, so I used to I've been going to high schools, been telling children, even if you are even a donkey-headed, you can still make it.
Yeah.
With 2 PhDs, with 2 masters. You see, with November, December, January, I wrote 20 books. Yeah. So when I was young, well, Koku, if I didn't travel also outside the country, I would have been what they used to call me biditonic. Biditonic means to be a tone bidier. Bidier, charcoal.
But guys, these are living testimonies. Today, Doc is a PhD holder.
Yeah, two actually.
Two PhD.
And 2 masters.
And Lawyer Fuameni is one of the celebrated lawyers we have in this country.
And Archbishop, I think, was also dyslexic.
Yeah.
And all of
Not
that.
all still,
Archbishop.
He still is.
Yes. So
Wow.
It's not the end of life. It is because you cannot read today as a young person, it's not the end of life.
Right.
You can still do it if you want to. And so thank you for sharing that with us as well. Thank you very much as well. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for coming. You always make my day. And so thank you very much.
But we didn't dance like we danced today.
Today,
Dr. Yakubi is the Dean of Dominion Theological Seminary and, of course, a development expert. Of course, a forensic scientist with the Ghana Armed Forces, also with Next Gen Action Chapel International. Pastor Buddy, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Well, the show continues. Biadela comes through with a lot more you'll be interested in. We'll be right back.
Mama yenye nya yebetumi biara. Yemfa nhwe Ghana nonko no nim nonko so. So this is still the Wake Up Africa, and today is the independence of Ghana, and you heard the very pretty little girl Kayil. Hi Kayil. Come and sit by me. Come and sit by me. Shit, you're pretty, oh.
Thank you.
Hey, as a daddy told they are pretty.
Yes.
Okay. So that means that any guy that, hey, don't tell Kayu that she's beautiful. Don't be tried. Yeah. Anyway, how are you? That was really good. Your vocals are amazing. How do you do that?
It's just by the grace of God.
It's just, hey, sister, don't start life like this. You should be able to tell people how you start and work on your voice. So you wake up in the morning, you drink water, you do some vocals, and daddy helps you. Yeah. Anyway, so what you don't know is that that's her dad behind the keyboard. So it's like a family affair. It's a Caillou family affair. What's the meaning of your name, though?
It means virtuous.
Virtues. Oh, so you're a virtuous woman in the making. Yeah. Nice. So I saw that you did something, Sound of Unity, last year.
Yes.
What was the idea?
Sound of Unity was a song that my dad and I composed to promote unity, peace and love before and after the election.
I see. Wow. I mean, I would have thought that for somebody your age, how old are you?
11.
Oh, okay. That's a nice one. For somebody your age, you would be thinking about, Cinderella or something buy a tablet and do cartoons. Why are you concerned about peace and unity in Ghana and all of that?
Because when there is no peace, nothing is able to go on.
That's right. I see. So you wanted Ghana to be peaceful, but we had a good election, right?
Yes.
Now today we're 68 years. Are you excited about that? We're excited that we're 68. So I noticed that you sing you've been places, you've sung wild patriotic songs, and I saw that you were hugging the president and Madam Vice President. How does that feel for you?
Felt amazing.
Yeah, really? Okay. So let's get into we're independent. For somebody like you, what does that mean to you? Your person, your age, your group, your school. What does that mean to you?
It means that like Ghana has been able to prosper for 68 good years without any thing happening, no war. Yes.
So you're excited about that. Yeah. But what would you want to see maybe in the next 5 years? How would you want to see Ghana in the next 5 years?
I want to see Ghana as a place where there is love and unity and togetherness, where there's no fighting, no crime. Yes.
Yeah, okay. So I think 2 weeks ago, there were some schools that shut down. Some of them had to go home because they had to sit under trees. And then some also had to vandalize, destroy items and all of that. You're here, and I want you to speak to all the students who are watching you, all the children who are watching you. What would you want them to do to make Ghana better? Look into your camera and tell me.
I would like you to please be responsible for your actions and everything that you do. Like when you eat, you don't throw the leftover or the wrapper on the floor. Yes, and you try and maintain peace, love, and unity. Because if there's war, how are we supposed to go to school and get good education? So I'm pleading with you to maintain peace.
Oh, Kayo, I love you. I really do. Come closer. So let's sing a song together. What song can we sing together?
Do you know Memories?
No. Can you start it? Probably to help.
Here's to the ones that we got.
Oh.
Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not, 'cause the drinks bring back all the memories.
Ooh. Hey.
Toast to the ones here today.
All right.
Toast to the ones that we lost on the way, 'cause the drinks bring back all the memories. And the memories bring back you.
But I want something patriotic, something Ghanaian.
Yenara yassasini ea bodin din mae mojana na num shegunya de to mae ejume ne wonsusu seyebe biatwaso nimden twaso koto kane na pese minkuminya.
Hey. Oh, I love it. Sing it because I'm bereft. Okay.
Oh my no sebeyo, oh my no serio, and then send now se, oh my full bright, oh my no sebeyo, oh my no serio, and then send now se, oh my full bright.
I just realized I'm so aware I can't sing that. But I know that the message is patriotic. So this is it. You'd have to love Ghana, thank Ghana, wear Ghana, support Ghana, love everything that concerns us, because this is the only place that we have. So from Caillou and Marcel, we're saying, let's say Happy Independence. Can we say it to the camera? Yeah? On 3. 1, 2, 3. Happy Independence! Okay, so that's Caillou's message for you. She says that if you don't love peace, or if you don't protect the peace that we have, where are we going to? How can we go to school? How can we get into our business space? The thing is, we love Ghana, right? Don't we love Ghana? Mm-hmm. Okay, all right, let's get up together. Right, so, oh, Kaya, I'm so tall. Oh, I feel so good. It's like rich auntie vibes, yeah? I want you to say something in your local language. What can you say in your local language?
Ghana.
Yeah, Ghana. Oh, okay, so how do you say Happy Independence in Ghana? Yeah?
There's actually no way to say it.
Baby, guys don't say Happy Independence. Okay, let's go for a break, and then when we get back, Callistos is ready to give us the sports. We'll be right back. Nice. Yes, so someone in your pan warrior. Yeah, so which means that you need somebody, everybody needs somebody to make stuff work. And we need you to make Ghana work. What can you do to make Ghana better? Now, one of the things that I know that the very first president, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, invested in was sports. He loved his sports. And I saw some pictures of him. You know, those times they used to have very short. Now nowadays we call it boxes. That's what they were wearing at the time. It was really good, really nice. So Callistos is here on this patriotic day to tell us about sports. Morning, Callistos.
Happy Independence Day!
Yay!
Ghana is 68.
Yeah, we've
anniversary, and
grew,
it's
we've
fantastic.
grew,
I agree
we've
with you. The first president and the first prime minister of Ghana, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, had sports at his bosom. So in his administration, he had sports so close to him that he had to establish a desk or an office in the presidency, as we call it today. And that was led by Ohini Jan. So I don't know if you remember, at a point in time, the Accra Sports Stadium was named after one Ohini Jan. Yeah, so we had Ohini Jan Sports Stadium, and due to other stuff, it was taken away, and all those things. Yeah, but Ohini Jan actually partnered with Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, and that brought us laurels. We won our very first 2 African Cup of Nations trophy with this partnership. In fact, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah established the Real Republicans, and in their shirt, or in front of their shirt or their jersey, they've written OOC, or Sajifo's own club.
Wow.
Yeah, so he invested deeply in sports, especially football, and that brought us our first 2 major titles on the African continent. And afterwards, we won 2. And in about 40 years now, we've not won anything. So Ghana is 68 years, but in sports, I think it's 68 minus about 15. Yeah, minus 50. So we are 18 when it comes to sports, because we are underdeveloped, we lack infrastructure, there's nothing. We call it the passion of the nation, but football is dead. Football is dead. I can rant and go through and all that over here.
I want to have a good day. I don't know, but
so let's celebrate. Let's celebrate. Anyway, Ghana as the first nation, actually the first African nation to win the Under-20 World Cup. That was in 2009. So
something to celebrate.
Let's enjoy that. We have 4 African titles already, and we've had over 10 boxing champions in Ghana. So after all, there's something good to celebrate, right?
Yeah, you bet. Take it away.
All right, so thank you very much. On that note, I introduce to you Sports Break right here on Wake Up Africa with me, Carl, the Sports General. But before we go into the details today, let's go for a quick break. We'll be right back with more. All right. Thank you very much. This is still Sports Break right here on Wake Up Africa on Dominion TV. Of course, this is your ultimate destination for everything sports. Now, let's move straight to the Formula 1. And we've got Red Bulls gear up for a new season, fresh and brand new season from the Red Bulls and the Formula 1. Let's enjoy that.
The run also gave reigning world champion Max Verstappen a chance to partner with his new teammate Liam Lawson. With pre-season testing commencing, Red Bull would be eager to
Praise God, it's good to be with you. And I'm Archbishop Nick, and today I feel very strongly impressed by the Spirit of God to share with you reasons for putting together some of these books and materials that I believe will impact your life, like understanding the prophetic. I believe that one of the reasons why the prophetic has come under a lot of attack and under a lot of confusion all across the nations of the world is because of lack of understanding. And one of the main things through my observation over the years and the decades in ministry is the misunderstanding between the office and the functions of Old Testament prophets and New Testament prophets. Now, under the Old Testament prophet, because the Holy Spirit hadn't then been given, we were led and directed by prophets under the Old Testament dispensation. In the New Testament dispensation, primarily, we are led by the inner witness and by the Holy Spirit. The Bible says, for as many as are led by the Spirit of God are the sons of God. And so I put together this material to help you see and understand the difference between Old Testament prophets and New Testament prophet. With this understanding, you will have illumination, clarity, and it will remove every misunderstanding. Whenever you see misunderstanding, is lack of understanding. So understanding has the ability to dismiss misunderstanding. I want you to get hold of this book, Understanding the Prophetic. It will dismiss every misunderstanding, confusion, and doubt you have about the prophetic. The prophetic is real. I'm a product of the prophetic. Please get this book of Understanding the Prophetic. It will bless you. God bless you. Bible says, buy the truth and sell it not. God bless you.
in the Europa and Conference League tonight. So on that note, we draw the curtains down on a sports break on Wake Up Africa with me, Carl, the sports journal, and thank you so much. Of course, we are celebrating the 68th anniversary of our motherland, Ghana, and this is Ghana. We are wishing ourselves the very best, and we are hoping that at least our 68 years will reflect in everything we do, especially in sports, because as we speak now, in fact, if we're not pardoned or we've not been pardoned, wouldn't have been able to host a game that is a FIFA or a CAF approved game in Ghana, and that is quite unfortunate. So we are wishing ourselves well, and we are hoping that we grow as we age with time. It's 68 years already, and it's fantastic. Thank you so much, and kudos to the oldest existing clubs in Ghana, Kumasi, Asante Kotoko, and Accra Tofuk. Tomorrow, I'll be telling you about the approved venues for the Ghana Premier League, and that's so thank you so much. Once again, I'm Carl, and over to you, Bia Della. Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, all right. So today, can't add Mbappe to it because we're doing Ghana. So probably I'll go for kudos, yeah?
Yeah, Mohamed Kudus. Okay, Bia Della.
Maybe I should go for Yas Antoine.
No, it's Evelyn Boedu.
Boedu, right?
Evelyn Boedu.
What about Semenyo? Semenyo is...
Antoine Semenyo. Yeah, okay, yeah, that'll be fine. Right. Yeah, Antoine Semenyo. He plays for
a lot better.
Black Stars player. For him, he's a friend, so I'll let you meet him. But
okay.
For Mbappe, I don't know where
Mbappe is my... By the time I wake up, you see.
Yeah, once he arrives,
miracles
mostly,
do happen.
He lodges at Aliza Hotel.
Shit.
So Antoine Semenyo and the language and the thing, I'm sure maybe...
I'll be there to pick, right? Thank you so much, Callistus. So always a pleasure to have you. Yeah. Right, so there you go. That's it for sports. But we are excited to be associated with the Bank Hospital, and they're proud to be associated with us also. And so for all your medical needs, everything you need medical, you need to get to the Bank Hospital because they are the ones that actually give you utmost good care for every condition that you show them with. And so you can find them at the cantonment. It's near Mnafti here in Accra. The Bank Hospital is a trusted partner in quality health care. You can call them on 030-273-9373. And then you can also walk in and, or book an appointment with that number and walk in, and anything that you want that must be fixed in your health, you've got the Bank Hospital, and they've got you covered. Let's go for a break, and then when we get back, the morning show continues.
Untold, as lives unfold, lead us, Lord, we pray, on the journey of our of our land, the land of our fathers.
Don't you just love Ghana? We celebrate the love of Ghana so many things, and one of it is music. It's amazing how music is able to help us from the time that probably the names were changed from Gold Coast to Ghana till now. We love our country. We respect the people that help us rule it. But more so, we enjoy the peace that we get. And so everything we must do to protect that peace, why not? Let's do it. Now, one of the things that we are also celebrating today is health, right? We should be expecting that at 68 years, as a country, would be able to celebrate good health system, good overall. And one of the places that actually gives you one of these best health cares is the Bank Hospital. So thank you, Bank Hospital, for supporting the morning show. Okay, so today we're going to open the phone lines. It's Independent Day, so you have the independence to call and ask any questions regarding your health. You want to know what's wrong with you. You want to find out from the doctor what to do with whatever condition that you have or you're going through. And then the doctor is ready and poised to answer all your questions. So I have in studio the doctor from the Bank Hospital on the Independence Day. Oh, and I love your shirt. It's so beautiful.
Thank you.
Really nice. Anyway, happy independence.
Happy independence.
Do you feel independent?
We are getting there.
So, you know, I was actually telling Koku in the morning that I hope this independence is not like we're not growing like the human body does, because the older you get, the weaker you become. But as a country, the older we get, the better and the stronger we're supposed to become. But yeah. So, we have a few questions that people have sent in. So I'm just, the phone line is open, so you can actually just call in. But our very first question that we got, it says that, how do I know that I have a flu or just a common cold? So people turn to have that. Is it like the same thing?
So yeah, like you said, some people tend to use them interchangeably.
Yeah.
Which really would not be so bad, because they are both viral illnesses, right? They're both caused by viral infections.
Oh.
Yeah, so in terms of severity, we're looking at the flu being more severe than a common cold, right? You know, viruses can mutate, can become something else that we don't expect, you know, like coronavirus. You know, we realize that it was this, now there's a strain A, strain B, strain D. We cannot control any longer. So yeah, so so many viruses can cause a cold, right? And then a flu too is one that is more severe. So a flu can present with things like a headache, general body weakness, sore throat, high fever, you know, as compared to a cold that will have the same symptoms but much lighter, on a lighter note, and then even also have like running nose, catarrh, and all that. So yeah, some people tend to use them interchangeably, but it's which is not bad. I wouldn't fault anyone.
Is it also an indicator? You know, you actually told us sometime that headache might not just be headache, it might be something else that's happening in the body and sending signals. Is cold also used as that?
So with cold, I would like to equate that to a poor immune system, especially viral cold, viral infection. I think I highlighted that with Coco the last time we were together. When your immune system is low, you tend to, you know, take up viral illnesses as faster as someone who's had, you know, who has a very good immune system.
Right.
To be in a room where maybe someone is coughing or sneezing, and we go home, maybe you would contract the cold. I wouldn't.
No, you would. I would. I reject it in Jesus' name. Yes, so we have Louise on the line. Good morning, Louise. Happy Independence.
Happy.
I can hear you. Take us away.
Hello?
Hello, Louise. We can hear you loud and clear.
All right, go on. Necessary to check your prostate as a teenager, somebody below 10. Hello?
Yeah. Is there a way you can, you know, increase your volume a little bit? Okay, but I think I heard something about prostate cancer.
Okay.
Yeah, he was actually asking a question about what causes the prostate cancer.
Prostate cancer.
Yeah.
Okay. So, so with men, right? Let me start with a much more benign condition before I go into the cancer. With men, the prostate tend to increase every year from the age of 40 years, right? And this happens to every man. Now, what differs is the rate of increase. We call it a benign hyperplasia. It's not cancerous, right? So it tends to increase every year, and that tends to cause some symptoms. So maybe straining to urinate, you know, after urinating, you feel like there's some urine left, you know, and all that. So with every man, once you are 40 and above, every year your prostate gland tend to increase. Now, when it comes to the rate of increase, for some men, it's much more than others. So they tend to have symptoms. Some people might not develop symptoms at all till they die. You know, some people have symptoms earlier in life. So that's for the benign and component. Now, for the cancer, it could be genetic. If you have a family history of a cancer, you are at a higher risk of having a cancer as well. You know, so, and with that, most of the time, they don't present with the benign symptoms. Okay. Right, so that's why it's good to, you know, go for regular checkups. Most of the time, we only pick it up when we do a PSA. PSA is a test that tests for the hormone, in quotes, that the prostate gland releases. Right, so when we check your PSA and it's more than 4, now we'll be very suspicious as to looking out for,
should be the
should be less than 4.
It should be less
than 4.
I think Luis is back. Probably we can get a clarification to his question. Hello, Luis.
Hello.
Yes, better, clearer. Now we're independent. You can talk to us.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
we can hear you.
I wanted to ask, as the guy below said, is it necessary to check my prostate, and how often?
Great. He wanted to know if it's necessary to check and how often, you know, probably he's growing or he's about to
so
get
it depends on how old Louis is. We didn't get to ask him his age.
Yeah.
But for most of the time, for those younger, prostate cancer can actually happen to those who are also younger as well. Like I said, if you have a family history, strong genetic predisposition, you want to be very careful. So you can do it alongside your regular health checkup for once a year. It's fine. Like I said, if we check it and it's below 4, there's no cause for alarm. Right, but if you check and it's above 4, then that's where the problem is. But some people don't tend to pick this up until they start developing symptoms. Now, if you look at the anatomy of the prostate gland, it rather, for the benign one, the problem is from within out, right? Or from out within, from out within. But for the cancerous one, you would not understand. I'm just trying to make it very simple. For the cancerous one, it's from within out. So you tend not to see symptoms early, but you tend to see complications before symptoms, right? But so if you go for a regular yearly check, it will be fine. I mean, growing up, like I said, till you are 40 and above, right? You can still do your regular yearly checkup, and we can pick it up within that period.
And just in case you're 40, that means that you have to check it a lot more.
The yearly is still fine, but then again, if you have comorbidities, maybe hypertension, diabetes, you might want to go like twice a year, right? So that to ensure, even if you have diabetes, you'll be given regular appointments. Hypertension, regular appointments. That will be more frequent than, you know, twice a year.
Yeah.
Right. So
you spoke about some symptoms that it could present.
Yeah.
That's if you don't check regularly. What are some of these symptoms?
So you realize that when you are trying to void or to urinate, you strain a lot. So if you're someone who you have a weak stream, so you try to urinate. You know, when men are urinating, they can project. You know, when you see kids, young boys, they can hold their penis and project. So you see, so if you realize that now you can no longer project, it's a problem.
That's a very funny way of finding this out.
So it means that you are straining, you are exerting a lot more pressure than you originally would just to get the urine out. Now, even after urinating, you realize that you still have some urine left. You feel like there's something left. You don't feel like you've emptied your bladder, right? So that's one of them as well. And frequency of urination, because you feel like there's some left, you tend to go more often, right? So you realize that even when you are asleep, technically you're only allowed at least once to wake up at night to use the washroom, maximum of twice, right? But if you realize that a whole night you wake up about 3, 4, 5 times, you should look into it, right? I mean, aside prostate benign hyperplasia or growth, diabetes can also cause that. Excessive urination, right? Excessive urination, excessive thirst, urinate all the time. So yeah, basically, those are the symptoms that could, account for a benign. Like I said, the malignant one or the cancerous one might not present with symptoms early in time. So we'd have to pick that up on the examination.
Oh, I see. So that's a big issue. I think we dealt with some prostate cancer, some discussion.
We
like
haven't.
That. We had was it a clinic or something like that? There was a prostate cancer. No, it was cervical cancer. Cervical cancer.
Really
survival cancer. Right. So somebody also wants to find out. You can also send your messages on our socials, actually. So I'll be glad to read them. It says, what are the symptoms of diabetes?
Diabetes. Oh, great. We just started with that as well.
Yes.
So,
the plenty urination.
Yeah, urinating all the time.
Yeah.
And you are thirsty all the time.
You urinate more and you're thirsty.
So you tend to drink more. It's called polydipsia. Polydipsia. Yeah, you are always drinking, always drinking. Polydipsia, polyphagia. Polyphagia is you're always eating. You tend to feel hungry, you tend to eat.
Wait. Is there a normal polyphagia? Because for some of us, I don't know. Oh, so people have conditions like that where you're just eating,
But this is even more pronounced in hyperthyroidism. We've not spoken about the thyroid yet.
Yeah.
But hyperthyroidism, you tend to eat a lot, but you're losing weight. So it's called weight loss despite voracious appetite.
Oh, no.
So you eat a lot, but you're losing weight. So we talk about that maybe on a different segment.
Yes, but then the diabetes.
Yeah, diabetes. So excessive drinking of water, excessive urinating, and if you check your blood sugar, because we don't have access to checking our blood sugar, you realize it's very high, and then also you tend to get tired more often. You're always tired, So some people can present with tiredness.
And
then when you go through the history, investigate, you realize that you've new onset diabetes, right? Weight loss, you tend to lose
unintentional weight loss.
Unintentional weight loss. Yeah. So these are a few symptoms of diabetes people could,
I see.
identify.
But take me through hypoglycemia and hyperglycemia.
Okay. So hypoglycemia is when your random blood sugar. So let's say you've had breakfast, right, and then you're going to your normal day. And then you start having certain symptoms. Let me start with the symptoms, and I talk about what we find in the hospital. So you realize that you are dizzy, you are lightheaded, you are sweating profusely. You could be in an air-conditioned room, but you are still sweating profusely. You are tired, you are confused. That's like, they're like in stages. So the latter stage, like confusion, and then coma. So you suddenly just trip off, right? So some people just go unconscious. So you realize that it happens more often in church, So I've seen someone in church. It's not anointing. I beg you.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
It's not anointing. Check that person's sugar right now. It's 2 or 1, right? So you realize that now you have to intervene. If you give the person just Coke, the person is awake. Yeah, so you see. So it's real. People, so you feel tired, you feel lightheaded, dizziness, sweating, palpitations. So you feel your heart beating. You have tremors. Some people have tremors. Then confusion, like they don't know where they are, they don't know what's happening. Then some people can just trip off, coma. If you check with a glucometer, you realize that their blood sugar is less than 2.0.
What should be the regular, the normal?
Yeah, so it should be more than 3.5, 3.5 above. Because there are also classes of hypoglycemia. We have the severe, the moderate, and then the mild. So mild hypoglycemia. But severe is when it's 2.0 and less. So when you check the random blood, for those people who go into coma or who collapse, you check it would either be 2 or less. So if you just do a prick and then you check it, you realize that it's either 2 or less. Get that person some glucose ASAP. If the person, can drink, of course. Because some people now, when they go, they're unconscious, they cannot drink. in that case, we do what we call IM glucagon. So we have, if you're in a hospital setting. So the best thing is to rush the person to the hospital.
To the hospital.
Yeah. If you can get an IV access quickly, we can get that. But most of the time, because if you check and it's 1 or even less, it will be so difficult to now, you are getting an IV, the person is plumpy, difficult to access a vein. So we do an IM glucagon, and then that stimulates the glycogen stores to break down and produce glucose. So that, so basically, but the thing that people need to know is that you have palpitations, you realize that you feel dizzy or you feel lightheaded, you are sweating profusely. Maybe everyone else is not sweating, you are the only one sweating. You're having tremors, your hands are shaking just like that. You are confused, develop acute onset confusion, or then collapse. So, hypoglycemia. For hyperglycemia,
it's over the top.
People don't really have symptoms of hyperglycemia till they develop complications. So medicine will say hyperglycemia is always better than hypo, because hypo can kill you. Because if people don't pick it up, you can die under the anointing. Right?
Doc, really, you have to put it like that. If not that, today's our independence day. Anyway, the doc, I think that we have to have this conversation. We need to really kill it, because I see people, act quite funny. Like you said in church, that means that even in crowded places,
very, very
you should
common,
be looking out for that. But it's about time that we go. If you're looking for a place where your spine can be taken good care of, and then also if you feel or you know somebody who had stroke, this actually is for you. So if you're looking for an expert spine and stroke care at an affordable rate, look no further. Where do you go? You go to the Bank Hospital, okay? So you take the first step towards recovery with a specialist consultation that is available at a subsidized rate of $650 for stroke care and then $750 for spine care. You get expert advice, personalized treatment plans, and then you get served better on Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday. That's from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. So you want to do this in a hurry. Why? Because it ends on March 31st. And even after that, you can enjoy exclusive 10% discount on Doppler scans and psychotherapy, physiotherapy, and surgeries, right? And so you should visit the Bank Hospital at Cantonment near Nafti, walk in or book an appointment, or call 0302-739-373, 0202-739-373, or you can WhatsApp them on 0257-995-409. 0257-995-409 is the Bank Hospital. They give you good care for everybody. But T's and C's apply. Terms and conditions apply. There's no terms and conditions for us, right? So it means that we'll meet again and again.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So this is where we do the courses for Health Matters with maybe Adola. Koku's about having a conversation. You don't want to miss that. Be back.
General assassin.
excited to be here again. We're excited indeed to come your way with conversations such as this. We're celebrating 68 years of existence, and we are, if you get to my age really and you don't begin to feel like crying for our nation, then you need to check yourself again. Check yourself in a very positive way. I'm not talking about mental, I'm talking about whether or not you're connected to your country. A lot of ills in society, a lot of the bad nuts are amongst us. We are not learning good leadership from anyone around us. People are showing us something else. There are few people who are not at the helm of affairs, and these are the people who sometimes we bring to the studio. Some of them who are even at the helm of affairs, they are not being supported to do the right thing, and that's why we're here. And that's why conversations such as this on a day like this, it's very, very important. And when you get to this age, you just want to continue to have conversations. But before we get into that, if you're looking for expect spine and stroke care at an affordable rate, you have issues with your spine, you've got some stroke issues as well, somebody just is battling with stroke, I know where to send you to and connect you to. I want to tell you that the Bank Hospital has a special offer for you. You need to take the first step towards the recovery with a specialist consultation, and it's available at a very subsidized rate of 650 Ghana cedis for stroke care and 750 for spine care. 650 Ghana cedis for stroke care and 750 for spine care. You need to get expert advice, personalized treatment plans, and the care you deserve very early. Now, we do this every Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. You need to hurry because this offer lasts till 31st of March, right? But that's not all. You can enjoy some exclusive 10% discount and Doppler scans, physiotherapy, and surgeries as well, discounted at 10%, right? You can visit the Bank Hospital in cantonments near NAFTI, or walk in or book your appointment by calling them 0202 739 373, 0302 739 373, or WhatsApp them on 0257 995 409. The Bank Hospital, good health for everyone. Remember, terms and conditions apply. But let's go for a declaration. I love it when it's enacted by people who know how to do it best. I'm about to share something with you. Take a watch. When we come back, the conversations begin.
Ghana, that you have to stand firm behind us so that when the African is given a chance, he can show the world that he is somebody. We are waking, we shall not go back to sleep. Today, from now on, there's a new African in the world. That Africa is ready to fight his own battles and so that after the black man is capable of we are going to demonstrate to the world, to other nations, now that we are prepared to fight our own battles, our own African personality. But today, may I call upon you all that on this great day, let us all remember that nothing can be done unless it takes the support of God. We have fought the battle, we are going to dedicate ourselves. Our independence is meaningless unless it is linked with the total liberation of the Let us now, fellow Ghanaians, let us now ask for God's blessings and for only 2 seconds. And there are thousands and millions. I want to ask you to pause for only 1 minute and thank Almighty God for having led us through our obstacles, difficulties, imprisonment, hardships and sufferings, and to have brought us to the end of our troubles today. And to you all, those who have at all.
When they said Nkrumah never dies, this is what they meant. That many centuries will come, many decades will come to pass, but the man's ideals and ideas will never die. Well, connecting from that same inspiration, let's connect with the studio. And of course, I saw this man smiling, and because this is where he plays, this is where he lives. His adrenaline, I saw it rising. Everything in him started rising. Dr. Richardson Comifio is the Deputy Executive Director for the National Commission on Culture, and he joins us. Good morning, and thank you very much for your time.
Good morning, Goku.
Indeed.
Thank you for having me.
Right, and also for the very first time here in our studios, Reverend Emmanuel Ni Kakupome Saki simply just wants to be known as a servant of God. Rev, thank you very much for coming. We're grateful. Thank you. And happy Independence to you guys.
Happy too. Nice to meet you.
We are happy somehow because we've seen a bit of hope and all of that. But there's a conversation we need to have today. I want to start off with you, Doc, and then about 2 minutes by way of your initial thoughts. Where we are as a country today, as we have a new leadership, people have said it's a new breath of hope. But also there's a responsibility that lies with the people the more. Tell me about what is going through your mind as you sit here today, 68 years, what you have done as an individual and what you expect us to do as citizens here and elsewhere as well. In 2 minutes, by way of your initial thoughts.
Okay, Koku, thank you once again. And let me say a happy 68th anniversary to the cherished viewers of Dominion TV. I feel proud as a Ghanaian that at least we have been able to sustain our Fourth Republic to this time. Okay. And we've been able to elect peacefully the sixth president. Yes. I mean, it was the fourth and the sixth, president of the Fourth Republic. Right. And despite the fact that our democracy is so fragile, right, because we still have issues of violence here and there, and some disagreements here and there, and sometimes even in the Chamber of Parliament, we have entrenched positions by some groups, and that affect, legislation and approval of some policies, right, which when you sit back, you see that the interest of the entire nation is really not the focus, right, and all that. But we cannot throw our hands in despair. This is the only country we have. Right. And so what we need to be looking at as we celebrate our independence is to look at how we can forge ahead, okay, and make our society better.
as a cultural policy expert and a cultural administrator, myself, for the past 2 decades, have been very much interested in what we can do to shape the mindset of Ghanaians, taking inspiration from the first president of the First Republic, who, I mean, through the presentation that we just saw by these wonderful kids, declaring the African personality agenda. That means that we need to be able to think as Ghanaians and see what we can do for ourselves to really indeed indicate that we are capable of managing our own affairs, and now that we need to be very confident in ourselves. And so we've been very deliberate in doing theatrical presentations and other public sensitization and advocacy that looks at changing the mindset of the people. Okay. And that's what we have been doing for the past 2 decades to ensure that we need to look into our own culture and see how we can prosper from it and be confident that it is the only way that we can be competitive globally. Okay. And so when we look at all the Republican dimensions that we have added to our governance system, the judiciary, the executive, the legislature, and the various public institutions that have been established and all that, we need to root all our functions within our culture and see how we can tap into our rich resources that we have. Ghana is just one of the few countries with a lot of resources, both soft and hard, that can contribute to our development. And we need to come together. We need to be united in focus. And I think that when we go into the various concepts and all that, we will know why we seem to be united, but of course we are divided in a lot of, at various levels, and it is not really helping in going forward holistically as a people.
Indeed. So just to mention, the children you saw are from Fountain School at Alajo here in Accra, Ghana, and it was sent to me by a teacher there, Simon Akins, was my colleague in master school. And so thank you very much, those kids from Fountain School, Alajo, for that enactment. Again, by way of some 2 minutes, I want you to, what's running through your mind? You've been here for quite a long time. You've seen administration past. You saw the verve, the energy from back in the day, the commitment towards patriotism. Today you're seeing the rot in the system, greed and all of that. Yet some people are still hopeful. What's going through your mind as you sit here, 68 years?
Those of us who were born in the... Anyway, let me thank you for bringing me here. Right. And I'm also greeting the entire Dominion TV.
Indeed.
You have a beautiful place.
Indeed. Thank you very much.
Yeah. And I also say congratulations to all Ghanaians for this memorable milestone, where we have a president, second coming.
Yeah, I know. Unprecedented.
Yeah, being the fourth and the sixth as well. Yeah. You know, if you want to do numerology, it will also bring a different ball game. I
know.
Yes.
One of these days we'll sit there and do it.
Because for you to be fourth and sixth, the addition is 10.
10.
And if the addition is 10, and 10 is 1, because 0 is nothing. And if it is 1, what it means that always the first. Ghana is a very beautiful country. I cannot gamble Ghana for any other thing. But we have had series of problems in this country as regards our development, which stems from the fact that sincerity and honesty is missing in our body politic. We say charity begins at home, but now charity is lost in the house because mom and dad leaves home 5:36, 6:30. They leave their children with nannies. They leave their children with house helps, and all manner of people who have no idea in bringing up children. Every family in this country, I believe, have standards.
Yes.
And they jealously defend those standards. But now, those standards are no more. Because in our time, anything that you do, you think about your family first. What I'm about to do, is it going to affect my father? Is it going to affect the family? Because immediately you mention your name, they will trace you straight to your father and your family house.
Okay.
And you bring the name of the family into disrepute. So we are very careful what we do. Well, when they get the first question they ask is that, whose child is that? Namobine. So immediately they mention your father's name. If they already have something about him, then they will confirm it. If they don't, then they will say, where did this guy get this character from? You know. For me, what is lacking basically in this country is sincerity and honesty.
Okay.
Because our culture deals with sincerity, honesty, and integrity.
Okay.
Our culture and tradition. That's the bedrock of our culture and tradition.
Okay.
I lived in Tamale. You hardly hear that someone have entered somebody's room to steal. And those days were not wearing anything. The women had only this, I seen the beats, their breasts and everything was there. We were walking naked.
What year was this?
In the 60s.
Really?
You can't believe it.
Sounds like it's
But you will never hear a rape case because of the cultural values.
Wow.
Because of how we were brought up. You see that everything. The only place is covered is here in the beat.
60s?
Yes.
This is a few years ago.
About 65 years ago, I was born.
Yeah. I said few also because I thought it sounded like 100 years or 200 years.
You know,
wow.
You will never hear that.
Okay. Now, I want us to situate this. Let's begin the conversation now. Let's start with it. So we've set the ball rolling. One thing that people begin to ask these days is, who are you? Have you asked yourself who you are? National identity vis-a-vis finding a spot in the global space as a global citizen, because the world is now closer to us. And how quickly we lose that national identity, the continental identity. Tell me, how did we get it wrong and how can we bounce back? Young people finding themselves, because now the world is in their palm through the phones and iPads and the things they watch on television. And you are talking about who you are. That is what is the first step. Talk to me about that. This is a very complex thing in my mind right now.
Yes, Koku, we started very well. And mind you, our country was doing far better as a people, even before we were colonized. And the colonization brought a whole lot of interruption into our culture and its transmission. Mind you, the colonialist was also very particular about the mindset of the colonized. And so he started by targeting the development, of the mind of the people that he was colonizing. And so he introduced an educational system that will take you away from your culture and to lose pride in your own people. And for that matter, everything by the colonial master is what is the best. And so our educational system is where everything started going wrong. When we started learning about Napoleon, Bonaparte, when we have not learned about our chief in our own community. And so we knew about all the histories of Germany, all the histories of the First and Second World Wars. We were very proud in recounting the history and achievement of other societies. We were very proud of reciting poems written by Western authors. We were very proud of memorizing Macbeth and other plays, but we were not proud of telling the Anansi story in the classroom.
Or poems written by
yes,
Kofi
or
Awuno,
yes, and all that.
Adobo.
And so the best of students were the ones who could tell the history of communities we have not been there before, right? Tell of achievement we have not seen, and disconnecting us from our own people. And so we did not know about our own festivals and what they meant to us. We did not know about our own names and what they meant to us. Reverend was talking about the fact that you go out there and you misbehave and they ask you, who is your father? And sometimes just by mentioning your name, they know the home you are coming from, right? We had an educational system that frowned on our indigenous names. So you go to school, and if you don't mention Richardson, like my dad gave me, you seem to be some local, the term that sometimes we're using in school, you were a villager, that kind of thing. And you need to be mentioning big names that are in foreign books or big names that are in the screens, by watching foreign films and all that. And then also the introduction of Christianity. I have always said and maintained that the kind of Christianity that was introduced during the colonial time, okay, it's not the pure Western Christianity, because when we talk about the fight against colonialism, Western Christian groups were part of the fight against colonialism. It is just like today we are here in Ghana and we have churches and